Step in the box, baseball fans. Welcome back to another episode. Trying to get this to work. This might not work. I might have to delete it. Trying to get Brad Ross from Underground Case Breaks in here. Was just seeing if this would go live. But it looks like we might be fired up here. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? First time trying this. Trying to get some people in here. Let's see what happens. What's up, Taylor? Anything on the screen, man? Says I'm live, but maybe I can't. You are sideways. I might have to delete this. I'm going to try to send this. This is classic. Classic goods. It's good now. I'm holding my phone, which I'm going to have to adjust. Hey, man. First time for everything. Trying to get Brad in here, but my tech skills are not very good, everybody. John had to cancel tonight because he had some water issues in the basement from a leaking hose. Let me try to work with me, people. Work with me, people. Eddie says you ripping Stadium Club Chrome tonight. I'm not sure. I'm just I'll have to troubleshoot this. Hey, no better way than just throw yourself in the fire amateur hour style. What's up, Shoddy Morris? Here, 1 second. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So you can only go vertical with your phone. Just tell him, Brad, we're going to Operation Abort. Sorry about that. Later date. Oh man, that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot. I sent him the link on this. YouTube says go live together, but I have no idea how to share this thing, man. So weird. I'll have to talk to Peds. Brad's having a hard time joining the stream. Hey Brad, he might even be watching. What's up, B Rad? Pretty bummed. So weird. Message at the bottom, quick screen. It's itself went away, but that message, sorry, you can't join the stream. I just don't understand. Add guest. Facebook cards. Got some wax back here. Bowman 2023. Bowman 2023. I think blasters are going to be $35 a piece. But figured I'd try to go live. I wanted to talk about underground runarounds consignment with Brad Ross and Breaks, undergroundcasebreaks.com. But doesn't look like it's going to work. He might even be watching. He says, yo, that works. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. Add guest, baby. Okay, we're coming in. Amateur hour style, baby. Brad is in the house. He's in.
What's up, dude? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I never do mobile streaming.
No, that's all I do because I'm amateur hour, baby.
I'm not
So we're
echoing or anything, so I'm worried about all that.
no, it's not bad.
You know, I take pride in the audio.
Well, you do, but you're on the amateur hour channel. Step in the box.
Yeah, no, all good,
So,
man. That's cool. I don't mobile stream anything, so it's cool to see the chat and everything. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
so guys and girls in the chat, man. This is Brad Ross from undergroundcasebreaks.com. What's up, dude?
Man, what's going on? Just got done ripping a little 7-box mixer, man. It was nice. We actually pulled a triple threads, triple auto. There's a twins triple auto, but we opened one box of threads in that mixer, and it was a monster box.
I love it, dude.
What's going
So,
on over here? Who's stepping? What are you ripping, dude? Stadium Club? What's up? What you been ripping?
Stadium Club Chrome did a case. I love that product.
It's terrific. I got 4 blasters in today. Well, I have 20, but I ripped 4 of them last night with the kid, and then we were gonna do more tonight, and then I had to break. So
It's awesome. So let's get in here. First of all, amateur hour delay. The intro is not going to be very good, but it is what it is. Uh, I would call Brad a friend. We
oh
met through
yeah,
Facebook a few years ago. 2000, I think it was middle of 18, summer of 18 when he started breaking,
yeah,
and so we've known. So now I don't put my recommendation to a lot of people unless they do great work. I've been in a lot of breaks of Brad's, and the reason I have Brad on tonight is because of consignment. The number one question that I get over and over and over is how do you sell your cards? And the consignment with Brad is amazing. I'll let you talk about some consignment, but before you do, I mean, I think we did around 25,000 bucks last fall. I sent a bunch of cards to you
yeah. It was two
and
two big lots.
two big lots, and man, it was very successful. I'm super stoked, pumped.
So
It
I'll just say this off the top. So underground, for anyone who doesn't know me, hi everybody. I'm Brad. I've been doing this a long time in the hobby. So I used to do card grading submissions, and basically, if you guys know what happened with Mark's cards and all that nonsense, and it's happened to more than just him. He's just the biggest example of someone defaulting on a grading card bill. Really what happened when I started doing grading, I wanted to be the nice guy in the hobby and say, hey, pay me when I get charged. And what we did that for some time. We had plenty of submissions. It's much easier to send cards out for people than it is to do consignment for people. Only in the sense that people will send you absolute garbage on consignment. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but it's like, hey, a 3rd-year prospect base Chrome card is not worth anything. Like, you have to have these awkward conversations with people. Whereas if that's what they want graded, cool, whatever. You just send it out to grade. But we stopped doing grading because people weren't paying their bills, and whatever. It was more of a hassle than what it's worth. Consignment, I absolutely love it. I apologize for the shirt and everything we got going on here.
it's,
It's the weekend.
it was
Consignment, I
last minute,
absolutely
everybody.
love it. We're in a big period of growth at Underground. So, background real quickly. I've only been doing this full time since the middle of 2020. Previous to that, when Brett knows, I pulled Brett an Atomic First Bowman Wander in the spring of 19 after I worked 16 hours on a night shift and overnighted it to him. That was the type of grinding we did then. I work 100 hours a week and then do about 3 cases a week with no help. So then when 2020 came and I had the opportunity to go full time doing this, I sort of relaxed, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I just took a deep breath. I was working on paper, not in this hobby, 3,000 hours a year, and I took a deep breath for a little bit, and I was able to sustain myself. And then I watched people that started after me get above me. I said, "How'd that happen?" So now we're pushing growth while everything's cooling off, and it's been great. Consignment is doing great. We do consignment, um, we do the breaks, but consignment, and then we started working with Card Dealer Pro, like a bulk listing software. We're still learning that, but I only have a guy running that 1 day a week right now. So it's so hard to find the right people in the hobby. But as far as consignment goes, that dude is a machine. That guy can post like, I don't even want to say how many cards he can post. Manually posting one at a time. He's a machine, an absolute machine. I think he's faster than I am, and I'm a model of efficiency, not to be arrogant or whatever. You just have to be to grind it out. But the consignment itself, I'm sure everybody wants to know the details. I'm not the chat. I'm sorry, the chat goes away and stays away. Somebody asked me if I'm a drummer. I am not a drummer. I wouldn't call myself that. I have a drum set. I have a bunch of guitars. I'm definitely more of a guitar player than a drummer. I have kids now and a business. There's no time. But I do like to make noise. Consignment, though, straight up, very simple. There's 3 things. So consignment, I want people to understand a few things. Number one, we ask for a $10 minimum, and that is to save you money. If a card sells for $10 on eBay at the payouts that we present, and I'll get into those in a minute, we make about 50 cents a card on a $10 card. eBay takes 13%, but then when you calculate the fact that they also charge you a fee on sales tax that they collect and you never see, and the shipping price that you charge, it is more than the 12 or 13%. So we charge a flat 20%. Whatever your card sells for, if it sells anywhere from $10 to $2,500, you get 80% of what that card sells for minus 50 cents, because once you list so many auctions a month, you have to start paying a listing fee, etc. That's where the 50 cents comes in. And then if your card sells for less than $10, this is the stickler that I have to have a conversation with everyone with. And I do this because I don't want to take people's money. I really don't. I want to help people if we can. And the more we help people, the better it's going to be for us, the better cards we're going to get in the long run. But if your card sells for $9.99, we're taking $3, period. It's a for-profit endeavor. I mean, as simple as that. We work as hard as we can. But if consignment doesn't profit money, it's not worth it. And just for the insight, the transparency, I'm all about transparency. We would need to consign somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000 a week just to cover one person's labor for the week, just to cover labor. So I mean, that's in the grand scheme of things. We're not doing it to get rich. We're doing it to help. Obviously, if we sold nothing but high-profile, elite $5,000+ cards, we'd be swimming in money. But that's something you hope to build over the long haul. The only reason I say that whole under 10 thing is because you have to think: A, is this card auctionable? Do people want it? Is there a demand for it? Is it selling more than one time a week? If you have a card that's selling one time a week, and you think that the auction is a good place for it, and it's not rare, it's probably not a good place for it. I mean, I just want to help people out here. I don't want to get on here and say, hey, send me all your cards. We're going to sell them all for you, and we're going to get you a ton of money. No, I want people to understand. You have to understand the market a little bit too, because there's good times and bad times to sell. Like you said, you went with me on the last one because you felt the market was good for what you had to sell, and you chose to go that route over the bulk route. And I mean, you were happy, so I'm glad we got to help you. But a lot of people send a lot of fringe $10 cards. If you have a card and you're unsure, go look on eBay. If you can buy that card and there's a sale price of less than $10 on it, you probably shouldn't send it to us, or you should sell it yourself. And if anyone needs help with like simple packaging, like I pay a shipper because she does a terrific job. Because what's the point of doing any of this if your cards show up messed up? And after the pandemic, the post office got worse. I know some people had told me they went down to a third of the manpower that they were using in the sorting facilities. So that just means more computers, more automation, more places for things to jam up, get damaged. I mean, you can take 50 packages into your local post office and watch them throw all 50 of them into a box. How many times is that package getting thrown before it gets to you? So I do understand you gotta package things nice. You gotta take care of them. But the cheaper things, most people are probably better served to sell themselves. I mean, they will sell. It's not going to take, or it could take a lot of time. It's not going to happen overnight. But those are things you don't want to auction. Don't auction inexpensive cards, because at the end of the day, we charge $5 to whoever buys the card to ship it. So the shipping if your card is just a $10 card and then the customer has to pay tax and shipping on that, like that's the hang up with consignment. Like, unfortunately, that's the thing. The client nor the person doing a consignment in this scenario, it's me, is going to pay for the shipping. So the consumer has to pay the shipping. The consumer. Now, is the consumer willing to pay $5 shipping on a card that is $8 or $9? Probably not. So really, it's more like a $15. If you think your card's worth $15, I feel great about auctioning and getting it to that $10 number. We get tons of views, tons of engagement. That's what we offer people. We're, like I said, eBay's taking the most of the money. So if you feel you can do it yourself, you probably can do it yourself. The only thing we offer, and I say you should use us because we offer you a ton of exposure. I also run breaks on eBay pretty regularly. Like next week, I think we have a full slate of breaks every day. So not only are you getting those customers that are buying into my breaks and placing bids on my breaks, you're getting the other customers. We had no followers less than a year ago on our eBay store. Now we have over 600. So that's 600 newer customers.
That's awesome. Well, a couple things that I have too is, like for me personally, if I sit down and list 10 cards a night, I'm working and I've listed on eBay, I've sold on eBay, but to really get the views, you got to consistently be listed on eBay. And
Consistency.
I would do 10 cards a night, but I really don't want to do that every day because you're packing, you're shipping every day. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort. I'm not as efficient. So to do 10 listings, it's going to take me an hour every night to do 10 about when I get in the flow.
Yep.
And you get better at it, but I haven't done it in a while. And
Yeah.
then also for me, I'm in the business when I'm selling cards, I try to give people good deals. My bulk buyer, I'm giving them 75%. Now, it's better at 80% here, and I don't have to do the work, just like, So there's a lot of good to it, but you got to make sure you have cards that sell. And
Yeah.
we're going to run them at 99 cents too. They start at 99 cents.
Yeah.
So you better make sure your cards are good cards. Again, don't send freaking junk. They got to be good cards.
Yeah, let me just add to that. I've had a few. The thing with the consignment, I like having people that I personally have access to. So if anyone here watches the stream and chooses to look into this further, please reach out to me because I usually get a box. I open every box. It doesn't get like I open the box, I look at it, I think of what is the best way we can maximize the profit because whether people think about this or not, it is in our best interest to get you the most amount of money for your cards. I mean, that's what a percentage business works on. Breaks are not a percentage business. Like that industry of that side of the hobby does not, it could not survive if everything had to be 20% over cost or 25 or whatever that number had to be. It's just not feasible. Consignment, I want your card to sell for $1 million because we're going to get about 4 to 6% of that when it's all said and done. Actually, not on something that big, and we'll move into that later. But yes, 99-cent auctions on everything. Why? Because you're sending your cards to me to get them sold. What gets your card sold the quickest? An auction. I'm not going to list your card for a fixed price and then field offers when you could have 1,000 fixed price cards quickly on consignment with a bazillion different offers, and then hey, what was Bob willing to accept on his $10 card? I'm sorry, we just, if that's what you want to do, and I'm not saying this to be mean, I'm the most transparent dude in this hobby. Do it yourself. You can do it, and we offer, and not just consignment based, but myself, our podcast, Brett's been on our podcast in the hobby. If we can help you, like if you're uncertain about how to do something as it relates to listing, shipping, paying fees, any of that, like get over paying fees. Fees are a part of it. So just get used to it. Start chipping away at those little cards you have. And before you know it, you might be better served to sell the big cards on your own as well. We're just here if you think we can help you. And I want to help you. We want to get the most for you. But it's volume. It's got to go. You're sending cards to us. We want to get you paid quick. So we do 5-day auctions. I'll pay you out before, like if something goes to an authenticator, I'm the authenticator. Like, I'm sorry. Once you send your card to me and I list it, I know that that's authentic. So, like, I'm paying you out. I'm paying you out. I've paid every single $1,000+ card we've sold. I've paid it out before it's ever hit the authenticator. Guess how many have come back, Brett?
None.
None.
Yeah.
They don't come back because the authentication program is a good program. You just have to make sure you actually know what you're selling. People complain like, hey, the authentication process rejected this. Well, maybe your title was wrong. Like maybe you did something wrong. Maybe it was like I love the authentication. It's great. The eBay, I even attended the eBay Open. It was a virtual event last year while we were ramping things up. And they said the same thing. They basically said once it hits authentication, it's home free. Like they didn't say you're off the hook at that point. But yeah, anything that needs to go to an authenticator, all you gotta do is pack it up nice. And that's there.
Awesome.
You're golden, man. It's great. You pay the guy out. The worst consignment thing I've had was one. It was one of your cards. It was a raw card. It had a dinged corner, and we've done at probably over $500,000 in consignment to this point. I mean, we've done a lot of consignment. It was a ding corner. We look at the cards, but you can't expect us to grade the cards either. Like it's fast. We're taking pictures. We're getting them listed. If we have 2 piles, we need to do 3 piles. So it's got to keep going. The card itself, the pictures, we take really clear photos. We have photo box scanner. We scan some of them if they're thin. In top loaders, we have a scanner that can scan with top. It's great. We have the technology to do things. It had a ding corner. It wasn't bad. I talked to the guy. He's like, hey, do you know anything obvious? I'm like, yeah, dude, anything obvious we would try to know. And then he sent me the picture. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is there any? I'm like, if you want, and I talked to other people who do consignment, everyone in the industry talks to each other, whether they're even friends or not. People still talk because we're the only people that know what goes on, So that's a weird thing. I don't know if everybody knows either, and I'm still learning that side of it. You even talk to people you wouldn't consider talking to ever because they might know something you don't, or you might know something they don't, and excuse me, that's how it works. But Brent, I lost my train of thought, buddy. What was I
That's all
talking
right.
about? This is what I do.
I got one thing too, like for people watching, they watch my channel to open, but my experience, I'm just gonna give my latest experience. I had that huge box of cards. I knew it was somewhere valued approximately. You asked me how much it was. I'm like, I think these cards are worth between 10 and 15,000 bucks. I jumped in the car on Saturday morning, drove them down to you, dropped them off. He had them listed by midweek the next day. That was a Saturday, and then the auctions were ended by the weekend.
Yeah,
And
we
I was
had it
able to
set up
watch
for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's another thing. We try to maximize that prime time window. So if that means we have to push you to another day, that's all dependent upon how busy we are. We try to make it. We try to give everybody premium time on the auction.
Yeah, time was important to me, and one of those cards was the J Rod logo fractor PSA 10, a big card. So I put my trust with Brad with some of my high dollar cards at the time, but I wanted to move them before the season. The J Rods are probably similar to dropping. The Wanderers are probably going up right now, but that's the risk you take when you sell. But I've had an amazing experience with Brad with the consignment twice. I don't remember how many auctions I sent the first time, but it was a decent amount of cards. But
it was a lot of stuff.
I've been in plenty of Brad breaks. I missed the 2018 breaks of buying Bowman Best Braves for $70. I have no idea how much I paid for the Rays in that case break where you pulled that atomic. Probably like $100 maybe at the most.
I bet I could look. Let me see. If I can. All I have to do is type a few things in. Oh, I have a Bowman Chrome price list.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I have, it's history. I have all this stuff. We were looking at Dynasty the other day, not to get off topic, but I paid $14.40 for a case of Dynasty in 2019. Can't even touch it now. Yeah, $14.40. That's less than what 2 boxes cost on Topps website.
That's crazy. Anybody in the chat have any question? It's been kind of quiet. I'm kind of handcuffed here. I didn't realize I'm learning as we go with this go live with people. I didn't know you had to have it vertical, so I'm holding my phone instead of on my tripod here.
I tried to get it
Um,
to work on my desktop and it wouldn't, but it opened up on the screen and we're horizontal on the screen, like we're side by side and not on
yeah,
top of each other on desktop.
yeah, it's so
It
weird. So I'm holding my phone here, amateur hour style. I can't type over here with my computer, so
it looks
I haven't
like
had
I
any
charged
questions.
240 for the Rays in 19
240 for
Bowman.
the
So
race.
that
Dang.
was significant, but they were the number one team. Like second team was the Blue Jays at 145. So yeah, I mean the Rays were. We
Jeez.
knew about Wander from day one, though. I mean
Yeah, there's a
that was a
monster.
$3,000 card raw the second you hit it in 2019, an Atomic Auto 200. I don't know where that card is in today's market, but I remember that very vividly.
I wish you would have had consignment then. Then you could have listed it right from your house and wouldn't have it because you shipped it the next day. You put it in priority and sent it to my house immediately. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, we did. I was tired. I remember I had Amanda drop it off at the post office for you.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
the chat. Timing the market is not a business I want to be in. Well, I mean, then you just sell when you want to. So, I
Yeah.
mean, timing and what I meant by timing was that when are people home during the weekday or on the weekend in like prime time? I don't know if I misspoke or not. But we try to maximize the timing windows for people, as in like 7 to 10 p.m. depending on what time zone you're in. We have to accommodate the West Coast, and we can't list that it's so late on the East Coast that there aren't eyes over there as well. So that's all I meant. Timing wise, though, to sell, I mean, there's always a good and a bad time.
It's
The prices are always
it's
going to change on anything when you're talking about collectibles.
and that's the kind of stuff I like. I'm a speculator. I'm a rookie prospect guy.
I'm
I
a
like
rookie
to try.
guy.
I try to find the right time to sell, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you sell stuff and you buy it back a month later for half of what you sold it for.
I have to get better at
Um,
that. You got to get better.
it's
Like I think everybody needs to learn how to do that. If we could all learn
it,
that, I think the whole hobby would get rich.
it's kept me to be able to open this stuff, behind me. If it wasn't for that, I couldn't do it. If it wasn't for this consignment, I couldn't have done what I did with the update this year. Um,
Like we're here to help.
you
That's the only
know,
thing I want your audience to know is we're here to help. I'm not here to take your money. I mean, we're going to take your money if we help you, and that's why I really don't want people. So let me just tell it to you like this. I want people to send me three to $9.99 cards, so
and
I
you'll
can
make a
make
lot of money.
$3 a card.
You'll
Because
make a lot of
until a
money.
card sells for like $75 to $100, we're not even thinking about it. I think it's somewhere over $100 before we hit somewhere in that 3 range after we ship. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's all I want people to know. Like we really don't make money unless we're selling $100 cards. So
and
if
it,
I
and
want
guys
to
and
sell
girls here.
those $10 to $100 cards for you. I'll sell $15 cards all day long. I got a guy, he's terrific. We'll get him out. But if you send us the crappy stuff, we're gonna post it, and if it sells for $2.99, we sold the card for you. Like if it doesn't sell, we're not shipping your card back to you. And like you have to think about that. Like, is your card going to get bid on? No, it didn't get bid on. Now we're expected to eat labor cost of listing and then postage cost to send you your crappy card, for lack of a better term, back to you. Like, no, like sell that card yourself, get some experience, learn how to do it. There's a million bigger consignment outfits to use than me. I'm not here. Like, I'm here if you want. I'm here if you want the help. I can't compete like DC. DC has the most DC consignment. How they do their rates, I don't even understand how they make money. So like they have to be getting like some sort of special fee discount from eBay for being just such a massive store.
Yeah,
And
probably.
that's something I don't know, but it literally the math doesn't check out. Like they have to. Like I'm not talking smack about them at all. I think they're like the beacon of consignment. But some people have come to me because they feel like they get more service. You know,
I'd be hard pressed to find 80% anywhere. I don't know. And then that's another thing too. Like, for me, if you go to a card show right now, if you're watching videos, you're gonna see people giving you 70, 75% worth of comps on your cards. That's what they want to buy at. So to get 80, and that's what I was selling lots of my stuff for, 70, 75% bulk lot deals. And 80% is a really good freaking payout on a card for
We
not
didn't
having
want
to
to.
do for not having to do the work.
We didn't want to make it confusing because, like I said earlier, the eBay thing is so confusing with payout structure. You could sell 2 cards for $10 and your net payout will be different based on where the customer is. So we didn't want to get too confusing. We wanted to make it super simple. So like I said, $3 or $9.99 or less is a $3 flat fee, $10 to $2,500. I didn't want to do these stupid little incremental step ups. 80% of your card minus 50 cents for the listing. And we have figured out my flyer is not up to date. The person who made my flyer, I actually had to fire them, and it was a good friend of mine. So I don't actually have I don't know if I have a working file of this thing. I haven't contacted the guy. He's a friend, so hopefully we can figure that out. But I need to update the flyer for anything over $2,500. It's super simple. What I learned is the reason everyone uses $2,500 is because anything up to $2,500 is eBay's fee. After $2,500, eBay only takes, I think it's 3%. 3% from 2501 onward. So so basically to $2,500, eBay takes $308.50 roughly in fees. That's the fee to sell something on eBay for $2,500. It's like $308.50. From 2501 to like 10,000 for that $7,500, that's only like $308. So the fee goes down so much more once you hit big cards. And I saw someone today offering to buy big cards, like $3,000+ cards for 80%. I'm like, that's the most genius business move I've ever seen. I gotta go find people to sell me $3,000 cards for 80%, because when you go sell a card for $7,000 on eBay, you're gonna get more than 90% of that money. Whatever it sells for, you're gonna net more than 90% of that because the way the eBay fee structure is. But people don't really play that big card game very often. But that's something I've learned just doing the consignment. Like, oh man, like that's why the logo fractor. I let Brett let me be the guinea pig for his logo fractor because we knew it was going to sell for a ton of money, and that's what we did. We cut Brett 97% of that sale minus the 308 minus that fee. I think I just rounded it up to 310 to make it an even number. So basically, we'll sell all your extremely expensive cards for 3%. We will. We only want 3%. And then eBay gets the rest. Really, actually, it's less than 3%. We give you 90%, 97% of that payout.
I was stoked about that because if I went to a card show, somebody would have been like, I'll pay 80% of the comp. And then it'd have been looking at the lowest comp. And they would be like, okay, I'll give you the 80% of the lowest comp. And it just takes the BS out of it. It's sold for what it's sold for.
What I tell you,
stoked.
I think we, even at that 97% minus the 310 or whatever, I think we, underground, for selling that card on your behalf, I think we made somewhere around $140 from that one card. I paid for my guy for almost a day, so that's cool. I don't need to make $1,000 for selling your card. Like that's the same thing I don't feel so great about with PSA. Like we use PSA. I got 4 submissions sitting in PSA right now. But they're going to charge you more to do the same thing just because they think it's worth more. I don't think that's good business. So we don't do that. I appreciate you letting me get the experience without me having to dust off one of my big boys and throw it up on the auction, So that's always a plus.
So here's a question I got for you as we wrap up here. I don't want to keep you on here all night.
Wife's probably mad.
I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten dinner.
I haven't had dinner
either. Bowman's coming out. How many cases are going to start breaking for people? I mean, because I got a lot of people who love Bowman because I've opened a lot of Bowman. How many cases are you going to start breaking on release day?
I wish I knew, to be honest with you. So here's the thing just for me. So for anyone who doesn't know, little quick look inside the hobby. Fanatics taking over Tops, blah blah blah. We know that. That's not a secret. Distribution has been cut out. So the biggest distributor in the country, GTS, doesn't get Tops hobby. not the end of the world for me. I got some product from them, but they weren't my primary company. So I get less than ever. The thing is now there's a breaker program. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't know that. It's in their pilot testing phase. I've had like meetings like this, Zoom meetings with the Fanatics people where everything's gone good. It sounds like to me personally, I hope my situation is that I'm just waiting for them to be out of their pilot phase. But they're the ones playing their cards close to their chest with the products. So I know the people in those programs, the shop, the MVP program for the LCSs, and the breaker program. I know those guys already know how much Bowman they're getting or how much they were allowed to order or any of that. Me, who still has to deal with distribution, I have no idea. The breaker program, those folks like myself that are, I'm not in it, but those folks that are in the breaker program, they are not supposed to sell cases. I was even told that from the Fanatics people when I had my meeting with them. They're like, we don't punish you for not taking as much as we offer, which is the current distribution model, where if you don't take everything, you get screwed on the good stuff, which I've learned in my career. It doesn't help to take the bad stuff anyway. I've literally stopped taking anything I don't want. I won't even ask. I used to take cases upon cases of Don Russ and Diamond Kings baseball because they said you'd get the good stuff. And every year, my sales numbers doubled and my allocations got cut in half every year. So I'm, as far as breaking, I make it happen. But the way Fanatics is doing it now, I think it's actually putting the screws to a lot of the big retailers. The dude who used to do the 100 case breaks says he can't get 100 cases anymore to do those breaks. Like Steel City, Dave and Ab, like Blowout. Look at all those big retailers. How much Bowman do they have? Are they putting limits on what you can pre-order? Things like that. The big reason, and here's just another sideways bombshell, I guess. I really don't care. I'm, like I said, we're transparent here. I'm not afraid to tell people what I know. I heard the big reason why GTS was cut from allocations or being able to distribute product, period. Not only that Fanatics can distribute the product themselves, we know they can do that. They're massive. I mean, huge. But GTS was hooking up the good old boys with the 3 premium Bowman releases, 50 to 100 cases of each one at the price, the floor price, and they weren't having to buy any other products throughout the year. So people were literally getting handed millions of dollars every year and not having to do any work. I don't know who those people are. I don't know how they're doing now. I don't pay attention to much outside of what I have going on because I have so much going on. I'm just a guy who's scrappy. I just scrap. I'm just trying to get in. We're looking for locations now. Like, we're going to open a shop, so it's going to get bigger and better.
Well, when you get huge, keep me in mind and pay me my teacher salary, which is pretty good, by the way. And I'll come down to Indiana and I'll break full time.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I'm
Bowman every day, baby.
I'm gonna need people. We'll have Step in the Box come on down. It'd be beautiful. Absolutely
move from
beautiful.
Illinois to Indiana. And
so to answer your question, Brett, I have no idea. They have not. So the primary distributor I still use, unless they send it out today, I have not seen a solicitation for Bowman Hobby. And then this was kind of how Bowman Draft happened too. I want to do a pod going over the Bowman checklist because it's been out. Definitely want to do that. But like with Bowman Draft, I didn't even know what I was getting until the Friday before release. Or I didn't even get to order until the Thursday before release. And then I found out the next day what I got. And the only thing I actually got that I asked for was the light boxes, and I paid way too much and I lost money on Bowman Draft. Like, no one should ever have to lose money on Bowman products. I lost thousands of dollars on Bowman Draft this year. And
it's crazy.
It's insane. So I think Spring Bowman's going to be the same way. I'm trying to financially put myself in a position where I can buy as much Bowman as possible if the number's right. But I've heard behind the scenes the number is very high. So
yeah.
I don't know if that's just the people that were used to getting rich and making $2,000 off a case complaining, or I don't know if that's the everyday person like myself who's who's probably going to see that number and go, "Oh, that's more than I probably."
Yeah, I saw Dick's Sporting Goods had Bowman Blasters pre-sale for $34.99. So they keep going up in price every year,
Were they
$29.99
30
to,
last year?
I think they were $29.99 last year. So I'm interested to see if they're $34.99 on Target. I mean, it's getting to the point where at those prices, I won't be buying retail Bowman either. You know, I did pre-order some Bowman off tops, but
I didn't buy those 2-box limit. What am I going to do with 2 boxes?
I know
You know
I
what I
bought a
mean?
couple. Just I bought the jumbos because I felt like at $400 the jumbos were pretty good buys.
Sure.
For
Yeah.
jumbos, figure they go to 500 pretty quickly. Might as
Yeah.
well get it, but who knows?
I want to have a bunch. I don't want to get anybody in trouble saying what I have secured some things, but I'm not, I have some things coming, but not nearly what I want. So
Yeah,
hopefully we can figure it out. We can figure it out. The I probably won't touch those the 24 count retail boxes. I would be real afraid of what those are going to cost. I felt like last year they weren't very good. I still have some sitting on my shelf from last year, 2022 Bowman retail boxes. But
you know where
historically, those have been really good. You usually get an auto in every retail box, even if it's just a paper. They don't advertise it as such, but I think even we opened one last year and a mixer had 3 chrome autos in it. It was an anomaly, of course, but it can happen.
I'm sure they'll fix the problem from last year, but boy, we missed the boat on the Bowman Fat Packs. We should have been buying cases of Bowman Fat Packs, man. Those security tags had hits in every one of them. It was nuts. Autos, numbers, it was wild. But
Retail
Kenny,
boxes 170. Oh my
that's
goodness.
crazy.
I
Kenny
don't
says
know.
he can get paid.
Kenny,
What's up,
I
Kenny?
offered Kenny a job. He said he had to get his degree first. He's gonna get
That's a
his
good
degree.
idea.
I gotta get that's fine. It gives me time to get a building. I don't want to rush into a building. I don't even know if I want to lease or buy yet. It all depends on the property. I need to know the property though, so I know how to design it. There's a lot of things we want to do. I want to have offices for consignment. I have offices for breaking. I want to have the actual shop be an actual shop. I mean, we want to be. Fanatics wants you to be a one-stop shop if you're going to be in the hobby as a business, and I can't say I disagree with them. I really can't. People aren't going to be hip to everything that they're doing and changing, and I really don't have any complaints, as weird as that sounds, because if anybody knows me and watches my breaks, I when I don't like something, you're going to know about it. And
Yeah.
going to these conferences and sitting down in front of these people that run the show now, you can tell that they genuinely like trading cards. So you have to you have to believe what they say they're going to do or they're trying to do until they give you a reason not to feel that way. So I left that Tops conference. The first thing I did when I left that Tops conference, I grabbed the more money. I still, like I said earlier, I started the business $500 cash. I didn't even use credit or anything like that for the first 2.5 years of business. I didn't treat it like a business. I treated it like a hobby. We just made enough money to cover the costs. I was making 6 figures doing my job, and we were making it happen.
Hey,
So then
hey,
the wife said, "Hey, stupid, you're not spending any time with the kids." Oh yeah, so we had to make some money to keep it going, and here we are. But go ahead, Brett. What are you gonna say about it?
so the people watching, there's 68 people in here. Brad Ross here at Underground gave away free spots to a 2018 Tops Update case break.
I did
He
hold
gave it away
all 30
free. It was
spots,
amazing.
every spot. That was my first full year breaking.
That was awesome.
The only stipulation was I just asked that people let me ship their break with their next break, or that they just sent me $5 if they wanted their team shipped, and I probably had half of those cards go unclaimed.
Man, take me back. Take me
Yeah,
back to 18. That was an amazing year. I would like to know how many breaks I got in that year with you between
um,
Bowman's Best and Update, and
I'm sure a ton
that was
because
fun.
Bowman's Best was like the tail end of my first year, and that was like the first breakout. The first time I really felt like I was doing something where it was going to be something, because we filled 4 cases on release day. I can't fill 4 cases on release day now with just how pricing is and things like that. But best,
I
we were able to buy 18 best a month after release for like 11 or 1200 a case, probably less than that for a while. I mean, I ripped
dude,
like
it was
30
so
cases
cheap.
of it. And yeah,
I
so
was getting
one
the Braves
person,
for $70. I was buying the Braves in every break for $70. The Angels were still expensive, but man,
I
take us
do have.
back.
Someone just asked if I had 18 update. I do. I do have some 18 update for a
My
rainy day.
God, my
The
God.
last rainy day box we pulled out last year was a 19 Chrome Jumbo, and we pulled a gold Vladdy Jr. auto for Thomas Lynch. And I have
That's crazy.
a gold Vladdy Jr. auto. I traded a triple threads booklet for it. And
That's crazy.
both of the cards I hit, I had a loose triple threads box, and we did a preview video before the break. I'm like, here's the product. I had the one loose box from GTS. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this, so we opened it up, and then the guy, somebody was watching, saw me pull that booklet. They're like, hey, would you trade that booklet for my gold Vladdy Jr.? And he was sort of on the in the pits. That was sort of towards the tail end of his rookie year, where he wasn't even doing badly. People were just like, oh, he's fat. Like, he was getting fat shamed. He was hitting like 270, I think, as a rookie. And people were like, oh, he's a bust. And I was in so much money into Vladdy Jr. at the time. I just doubled down. I'm like, you know what? I'll buy more at this point before I was paying $1,000 for his first Bowman autos, back. He was a lock. I'm like, oh. And then he comes up, he doesn't hit 40 home runs, but he hits well, and everybody's like, oh, he's fat. Oh no, what do we do? He's 20 years old, guys. Give him a break. And
Yeah,
then he
no
lost the
kidding.
weight. Then the off season of the weight loss, and I'd been buying for like a year solid at that point, just doubling down. I'm like, oh, this is B-Rad's time to shine. Vladdy Jr.,
Dude,
baby.
it's amazing when you win sometime, you know?
Yeah, you
But,
don't win all the time either, so it's always fun to win. What else we
dude,
got? Brett? Anything? Do I need to?
I,
Am I forgetting anything? There's a ton of people watching. You guys don't
it's
chat a lot for Brett.
there's a
You
lot
guys
of
gotta
people.
do some more chat.
This is a little different than usual, and I don't want to stay on too much longer because I've been holding this phone awkwardly. At least I know for next time that I
Yeah,
have to have it vertical.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. We'll have to do this again with
yeah,
less
dude. I tell you what,
less.
this is pretty overall. This is pretty dummy proof. Even a guy like me can use it. So, how did you get in with the link? Did it just start working when I sent
Okay,
it to you the
so
next time?
that link will work. So the thing is, I don't know what changed from now until then. We're absorbing. Hey, I'm here. I'm very informative. I talk too much. The link. So when you click the link you sent me, Brett, I noticed that it changed. So then I went and just copied your link instead of clicking on it, and then I
Gotcha.
searched it, and it did the same thing. So then I looked at that article, and it actually says to take that link and paste it into like the Google browser.
The browser. Okay.
So I put it in there, but then as soon as I would press enter to search your link you sent me, it would briefly show my face and kick me immediately out. And it would say, you're not allowed to access. When then I popped on the YouTube page, you're like, yeah, we're going to abort. And then you sent me that next one. I copied and pasted that link into my search bar and it popped up. Here we are.
And it
Everything
just
was good.
worked. That's so weird.
Yep. It just
I'll have to
worked.
keep playing with it because I do like this. I want to be able to do this. Where
Yeah.
last second have some people come on.
Yeah.
Because
This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I have some disc golfers that actually have Ellen and Ginter cards. I know a guy that would come on. I wouldn't mind going one on one with him. But dude, awesome! Thanks for everything. And people, if
Yeah.
you're interested, Case
We'll have
Breaks
to
and
do this
Consignment.
again. I got to go find some dinner.
Yeah, me
KC
too,
Car
buddy.
Connection. I just run my mouth, guys. I'm a very interactive person. If you guys ever watch me do breaks or anything like that, I encourage anyone to come check out a break. I'm not asking you to purchase or buy, but if you like the conversation Brett and I have while I'm breaking, we're talking about whatever baseball's going on or whatever the chat wants to do. We like to have as much fun as you guys like to have. And if you have any follow-up questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Info at undergroundcasebreaks.com. Brett can get you to me if you need me to be somewhere else. I'm on all the social medias. Brett, thanks for having me on, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming on. That was fun. Hopefully, people got a little bit of
Oh, you know what?
fun
Hey,
out of
hold
it.
up. Brett, can I do something for your people?
Yeah, for sure.
Brett, let's do something. See Griffin's comment?
I did. You're gonna have to open though, because my hands are incapacitated here.
Oh,
I
we're
got
doing.
one hand.
No, hang on. We're good, bro.
Let me
For
see
the
you open
people.
something.
For the people. Just give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, Stadium Club Chrome. Let's see this bad boy.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. So
I just
don't
opened a
mind all
case
my
of these.
extracurriculars.
Let's see
I'm
the
gonna
good
kill
stuff, baby.
I'm gonna kill the chat though, so I can see what I'm doing here. What's up, guys? We got a little Stadium Club Chrome. What you guys? These have been hot. I've opened 5. So these are the first 5 I've opened. Just for a little preface, Ashby Green, Acuna. This is just a great shot.
That is great.
It's a base card. Great shot. Griffey X Factor. Low to 5. My daughter opened that first pack. Heasley Green, a blue Olsen, and then some beam teams. Some rookies, just in 5 blasters. Let's see what number 6 is. I was supposed to open this up with my kid tonight. Then the break
this
build.
is sweet, dude. That's awesome that you can change to turn it around for openings too. Because like during the that StreamYard, you got to stay and do the other way.
Oh, see, I've never done StreamYard mobily. That's
this is sick.
Whoa, on that. Come on, flat.
Come on,
got
baby.
pushed way down. So we'll do a little blaster for the people before we get out of here. A little token of my appreciation.
I love it.
Let's find out what we get. This one feels good. It feels good.
The 101 Wander was pulled today. Let's see the Julio out of a blaster.
I gotta get way close.
That'd be sick.
See if this makes it any better.
It looks pretty good.
I'm sitting here with no light.
Oh, there you go.
Ozuna and Bellinger. X Factor's going to be Max Muncy. I don't have that one yet, I don't think. Alonzo Trophy Hunters, Clement, and Tim Anderson. Come on, we need something good.
Hurt.
We need something good for stepping into the box, you know? This is my first time stepping in the box. You believe that? Dave Stewart. We got a rookie X Factor. It's Yepez. Didn't make the roster, but he did hit a home run in the playoffs last year. Machado Refractor. Chapman and Reynolds. What else?
This product's so nice.
No thickness, though. I want the Stargell. Robbie Ray. Chris Sale. Wade Boggs. What do we got in the Wade Boggs shot? Is that chickens?
I don't even know.
Can't see. What is he pointing at? O'Neill Cruz being Team
so
Seiya.
Nice.
Go Cubs, go.
Let's go. Suzuki hit a bomb last night.
Yeah, buddy. First game. You see they sent Velasquez down?
I did. Crazy.
Silly. There's no thickness. Brett, I want to pull a banger on your YouTube.
No hit.
Corbin Burns. Tucker, should I do another one? Brett, should I do another one? What do people think?
I want to see a hit, man.
Wants to see
baby. I know everybody watching wants to see because that's why they're here. People like this channel because we open products on it. And he's going to do he's doubling down, back-to-back checks. Open till you get a hit.
We're good. We're getting a hit. We're getting a hit. My wife messaged me.
Yes. Your wife's going to kill you.
I'm not set up, boys. Excuse me.
What
is these blasters? What's at the flap?
I had one inside the flap, and the other 3 were in the bottom. Nate Gardsamore says, "Don't do PEDs."
What do you say?
PEDs card collection was on last night, opening these blasters, and he had been drinking some sauce, and he just kept full sending, and it got ugly, dude. He opened up a lot of blasters.
Ooh, we got a wave. We got a wave and an X Factor. All right, little Bohm. Ty France. Ooh, the big unit. I love it.
It's a nice one. Need the bird blown up on there.
Yes. Miggy with a wave refractor. Seabold and Manaya, who's a local guy. That's actually one of my PC dudes. Anybody on your channel sitting around with Sean Manaya stuff, he's from my area.
Hit him up. We'll buy it cheap.
Vladdy Jr. There's my guy. Altuve. I did pull the so I kind of took some flack. I did pull the Trout Beam Team Superfractor auto.
Dude, that was amazing. I was watching when you did that too, and People, why do they care? It's like, dude,
Rodolfo Castro.
the people didn't nut up to buy the spot while somebody bought it and then wanted a refund. It's like
Yeah,
the
that was on
break
a
went on.
previous case. I even resold that spot, and it's not like I kept the team. Like I want to sell the team. The team didn't sell. It was break time. Nobody even made me an offer. No hit.
Man.
No hit. Oh man,
No hit. Over
we gotta
2.
go to another one. Yep. Matt Manning, we get a Chipper Jones refractor.
I did a case of 40 blasters, and the hit rate was about 1 in every 3.
Oh.
Because I think I had 16 hits and 40 blasters. I don't have my calculator in front of me.
Hey, don't yell at me for these going off screen. They're my boxes. I know somebody in the comments gonna say something. I break with 4 cameras, so I'm not concerned with my hand placement right now. We got an overhead. We got one over here. We got one over here, and then my camera's where my phone is.
Yeah, man. If you like seeing cards getting open, subscribe to Underground Case Breaks on YouTube. I watch Brad's breaks all the time.
Verdugo. Pool
I just
holes.
like to see products.
We're always ripping, man. I tell people to come even if they don't have a spot, though. Like I'm the worst salesman in the business. We got Bobby. Well, Bobby Witt action. I don't like breaking it with my phone either. I feel like I need to look around it. Aaron Judge, Beam Team, De La Cruz. Come on, something.
Come on, hits.
We're getting shut out. Oh, it's Mountcastle. He's heating up.
Yeah, he is. I got Mountcastle stuff over here.
Tom Seaver, we have an Allen refractor. Cards. Where's the good stuff?
We need a hit. You can't leave till you get a hit.
Here we go.
All
Here
right,
we go.
1 in 3.
1 in 3. What's it gonna be? We're gonna get an auto or color. What do you think, Brent?
I'm guessing color. Yeah, I was gonna guess
it's
color.
Blue. We got Kirby Puckett X-Fractor. Nice. Good timing for that.
Yeah. Dude, he's hitting bombs.
Yeah. I was at the game Wednesday, 482, dead center.
Man, I wanted to go to that game so bad. I just couldn't take off work. That was a beautiful. You got a beautiful day to be there.
I got so sunburned, dude. Sunburned.
I'm pretty red from this week. I was outside all week.
So we got a blue Kelnick.
That was a fun pull. Thanks for opening those.
For stepping up. I mean, we're gonna open them anyway. You know what I mean? And I don't do my private stuff on my business account. So there you go. Bobby Witt. But Brad, anything else? Anything else, brother? What we got?
No, man. Thanks for coming on. John was gonna come on tonight, but he had a leak in the basement. So I was like, "What are you doing?" And I've been wanting to get you on for the last week. So I've been ripping like crazy that case of blasters. I got a PSA order, so I got nothing else, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. And,
absolutely.
Any parting shots?
What? What'd you say?
He's like, "Oh, you got any parting shots? Anything to say before we go?"
No, man. That's it. Thanks for having me on.
Dude.
The chat, everything. It's all new to me. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Brett for having me on. If you guys have any questions, info@undergroundcasebreaks.com. Or my name is Bradley Ross. Just hit me up direct. But yeah, we'll have to do this again with more setup.
All right, dudes. We are out of here.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, dude.
Peace.